Nigerian newspapers, and I begin with the Punch newspaper. The major story here says, aggrieved PDP governors demand Tinubu support in 5 states. PDP governors concerned about political careers seek assurance from Tinubu. Ex-Lagos governor in brief party, Keredoli insists Southerners must take up that role, must succeed Buhari. All right, all the details on the front page of the Punch newspaper. We move now to the front page of the Daily Trust. Tinubu strikes deal with G5 governors in London, pledges government of national unity. Governors to remain in PDP, they will be sanctioned if, that's the PDP reacting. How alliance will affect Makinde Otom's ambitions, anxiety in Amichi's camp. All the details on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. We move now to the Leadership newspaper. Sanction threats G5 governors, their PDP, say we are not afraid. Sanction threats G5 governors, their PDP, say we are not afraid. We've done nothing wrong, Otom speaking. There's no cracking G5 ranks. Wike also reacting. Strong presidency continues, Akeredolu speaking there. We'll move now to the front page of the blueprints. Buhari on Ajakwite Steel Company. APC-led government rescued project from legal disputes with $400 million. COI to create 500,000 jobs, $1.6 billion annually. Group to Atiku Obi, wait for your time. Tinubu Shatima train, Shore Road to Villa. Mike. All
right, I have Daily Times here. That's what is next. APC has delivered on electoral promises. And that's Buhari saying that. And he commissions projects in Kogi to position states as Nigeria iron steel powerhouse. That's what Daily Times has. And then from there, let's go to Nigerian News Direct. It says, attempt to arrest court knocks DSS, stops arrest, detention. News. All right. Yeah, that's Nigerian News Direct. Let's go to First News now. Alleged terrorism financing. Court stops DSS from arresting CBN governor. Rules security agency acted wrongfully, illegally, in instigating President Muhammadu Buhari against Emefiele. That's what you'll see on the front page of the First News. Declares harassment over trumped-up allegations illegal. That's what you see on the front page of the First News. This Nigeria is next. This Nigeria says Army rescues kidnapped female officer in Enugu, arrests kidnapped kingpin others. And gunmen threaten to kidnap others serving Igbo military personnel. Okay, that's what you see on the front page of this Nigeria. Nature News is the last one we're looking at now. And it says Rivers youth fear economic disruption as Chevron plans relocation. Nature News says Rivers youth fear economic disruption as Chevron plans relocation. That's what you see on the front page of the Nature News. Veronica. All
right, let's look at a story on a majority of the front page of the papers this morning, talking about the G5 governors.
Oh, yes.
The integrity group, the bride, the beautiful bride this time around.
Exactly.
The group that is changing the narrative with regards to our politics. Now, so we recall that we had this conversation yesterday where we talk about the G5 governors saying that they would be returning today, as reports have said, and they had met in London. They had moved from Europe and London, UK, like that, having their meeting, making the presidential candidate of their party in person of Atiku Abubakar, that they would be supporting any other person of their choice. And then yesterday, we saw an update with regards to that coming from the party, that this persons risk being sanctioned if they do not support Atiku Abubakar, who is the presidential candidate of their party. And then the governors have come out to say, we dare you. We dare you. We have not done anything wrong. Governor Otom is saying, we have not done anything wrong. Wike says he's waiting to see. Let those who are there speak.
Yeah.
Let them. He wants to hear from the people that that can carry out this sanction, and that they have done nothing wrong. So they are daring, the PDP, the party, to sanction them, as they have said, because those who are saying that they could be sanctioned are saying this would affect those who are seeking re-election, talking about a person like Sheyi Makinde, for instance, those who are eyeing the senatorial seats, talking about Utom, and some other persons amidst the G5 governors.
Yeah. Well, it's quite an interesting, I think the politics is getting more interesting, and I like the way it's going, because when you watch the permutation, you begin to see that, all right, some likely scenarios could play out.
Yeah.
Now, recall that Wike had always said consistently that he dares the PDP to expel or dismiss or suspend the G5 governors. And that if they, in fact, that he dares them. And if they do, that what they've not heard before, they will hear. Right? Fine. So the point there is it puts the PDP on edge. Maybe there's still in a situation where anything happens, and then you're within the party and supporting somebody else, it amounts to anti-party. That is what it amounts ideally. However, there are peculiarities sometimes when members of the political party are drawing attention to things that are happening, and they're saying, we are not happy with this and we're not happy with that. Of course, there are also room for alignment.
Of course.
Recall in 2015, there were different alignments where people, the new PDP left,
yes.
The NPDP
this
left.
Atiku and the
Exactly.
Senate president at the time led those people.
Exactly. They led, the NPDP from PDP into the then ACN, and then became the APC.
Yeah.
So those kind of alignments, they are all natural in politics. And it will be, if the PDP goes ahead to say, okay, we are suspending or dismissing or whatever the thing is, and the G5 governors decide to leave the party, it's even going to be like, let's even move to where we are even happier. But they have resolved not to leave the party.
Yes.
They have resolved that we love the party, we funded the party, we are passionate
stay
about
here.
We will stay in the party. Now, let's come back to the figures. If what is going on, the news and report we're hearing from London, if it is anything to go by, if it is factual and true that the APC presidential candidate, Asiwaju Tinubu, is meeting the G5.
He has met with them.
Yes. I'm just putting everything out there. If they strike a deal and somehow they agree to work together in alignment or in alliance for the 2023 election, then that is going to be a heavy blow for the PDP or any other party, political party for that matter. Now, as it stands right now in the 36 states of the Federation, APC has 21 states already. PDP has 14 states. ABGA has 1. Now, if you take five of the PDP 14 states and add them to APC, if at all, this alignment, they're left with 9. And then APC will be enjoying, because they say they are not leaving their party, so we will not call them APC states.
Yeah.
They are PDP states, but if they decide to support the APC presidential candidate from the meeting in London, then it means that APC will be enjoying about 26 states, which will amount to something close to, in fact, the landslide will be a grand landslide. Recall Anambra, that is also the off party amongst who is not amongst the APC or PDP. Yeah. They've always had this subtle, gentlemanly arrangement.
Yes.
Where they vote for one political party, or the national party wins at the national level, especially for presidency, and then the local ABGA wins the local election, as the case may be. So if that is also the case, then you will add that one to the APC states. So it means that if this deal goes through, and in fact, recall the Wike said he will be addressing people, he will let people know next year, but I think by the 5th or 6th or 9th, or at least the first week of January, he will let Nigerians know
their position
they are supporting. So we wait to see how that's going to pan out. If these meetings going on, recall that a meeting was held in Asaba.
Asaba Declaration.
The Asaba Declaration, exactly, where they said that
it should come to the south.
The presidency should come to the south. And
yeah.
all the governors, irrespective of their political party, agreed at that point. And they say it is on that mandate that they stand. There was an agreement in that regard, and then they will stand and see to it to the end. Now, let's come to Oyo State, where Makinde is seeking re-election. If this deal goes through, then you know Oyo State has been a swing state where it could swing any. You cannot
direction.
You cannot 100% predict the outcome of presidential election or governorship election in Oyo State. And as it is, I'm understanding. I heard this. We don't have enough time.
Yeah,
but the point there is, there could be some alignments that can scale for him, as the case may be. Maybe next time.
The coming days will be an interesting one because I'm looking forward to what the dynamics will be.
It will.
But
in fact, I'm hoping that by next week or something, we'll have the time to analyze and break down some of these figures better.
Right.